Hello everyone, this is Arunima from Krishnakanta Handik State Open University. Today, with this video, we will continue our previous discussion about principle of school management system. In the previous video, we have discussed about school management system, its principles and different strategies of school management system and the new concept of school in light of NEP 2020. We have already discussed all these things and principles and strategy. While discussing, it is very important to discuss about the upcoming scenario of our education system, because considering our upcoming future of the entire education system, which is going to be changed in light of NEP 2020, because the Indian government made a landmark change in the year 2020. It is characterized by uncertainty. One of the most positive things happen in this particular period, and that is the start of the decade was introducing the National Education Policy 2020. It is not only anticipated but rather necessary change to reform in the Indian education system. Therefore, while we have discussed about school management system, its principles that have to be adopted by the administrator, the entire team that is related with any particular schools, whether it is government school or it is private school, they have to be aware that all the changes that will emerge in our entire education system to be very soon. Because in our state Assam, already our Chief Minister has inaugurated the implementation of National Education Policy 2020, and from this year it will be introduced or it will be implemented. So after implementation of the policy, while we will taking any policies, any strategies or any principles about the school management, so we have to be aware. We should know about what changes has been occurred in our education. So on considering all the changes, all the school principles and strategies to give a quality education, we have to adopt. So what are the changes that is very soon that will be incorporated with our school education system particularly, we'll discuss here. And replacing the 34-year-old National Policy on Education, which was framed in 1986, the new policy, which is framed in 2020, certainly complements the country's vision of the New India to build a culture of innovation and a highly skilled workforce. So, as a teacher, as an administrator, as a headmaster, whatever, we have the responsibility to give contribution about the vision, to fulfill the vision of building New India. That is our responsibility. As a teacher, we have to consider our existing education system and what we have to be achieved in our future, and accordingly we should prepare ourselves. We should actively cooperate with the system and try to build a quality education environment so that the vision of building new India will be possible. So, let's have a look on a video which reflect our existing scenario of Indian education system.
सवेरा हो गया है, चिड़ियाँ घोंसलों से निकल रही हैं, स्कूल की घंटी बज गई है, बच्चे सब स्कूल जा रहे हैं, हम भी तैयार हैं, स्कूल चले हम, मिलकर स्कूल चले हम। हो हो हो
na 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 na, dikta na 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 na, dikta na 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 na, dikta na 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 na, savere savere यारों से मिलने बंटन के निकले हम, दikta na 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 na, dikta na 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 na, सवेरे सवेरे यारों से मिलने घर से दूर चले हम, रोके से ना रुके हम, मर्जी से चले हम, बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, सूरज सा चमके हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम। ओ हो हो
to school.
I go to school
To learn.
to learn.
Learning
Learning
gives
gives
creativity.
creativity.
Creativity
Creativity
leads to thinking. Thinking
thinking
provides
provides
knowledge.
knowledge.
Knowledge
Knowledge
makes me
makes me
great.
इसके दरवाजे से दुनिया के राज खुलते हैं, कोई आगे चलता है, हम पीछे चलते हैं, दीवारों पर किस्मत अपनी लिखी जाती है, जिससे हमको जीने की वजह मिलती जाती है, रोके से ना रुके हम, मर्जी से चले हम, बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, सूरज सा चमके हम, स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम। ओ हो हो रोके से ना रुके हम, मर्जी से चले हम, बादल सा गरजे हम, सावन सा बरसे हम, स्कूल चले हम, ओ स्कूल चले हम, स्कूल चले हम।
Now, what will be the changes that will be occurred in our school education? Schooling to begin from the age of 3 years, the first changes. The revised policy expands the age group of mandatory schooling from 6 to 14 years of age to 3 to 18 years of age. In the previous policy, according to 1986 policy, our school education was 6 to 14 years of age. But the structure has been a bit changed and the age group is divided like 3 to 8 years of age, 8 to 11 years of age, 11 to 14 years of age, and 14 to 18 years of age. It means from 3 years up to 18 years, the school education will have its area. So this new system will include 12 years of schooling with 3 years of Anganwadi or pre-primary stage. So while we are discussing about the school management system, principles of school management system, strategies of school management system that I have already mentioned in the previous discussion. So while in the present period, the headmaster, the administrator, the teacher, while they are contributing in the school management system, then they should keep their mind all these classes, all these age group, so that proper construction we can put. For each of these stages, curricular and pedagogical approaches have been also prescribed. Because in the foundational stage, the play and theme-based approaches will be followed. After that, for the class 3 to 5 are currently part of primary education, will now it will be called the preparation stage, and children will be learning largely through play and activities in that particular period. And for middle stage, with class 6 to 8, the curriculum and pedagogical approach will be experimental and interdisciplinary. And for the secondary stage, the classes from 9 to 12, the subject offering will now have a lot of flexibility, and the approach followed shall be multidisciplinary. So in the curricular part also, I have already mentioned in our previous discussion that while making the strategy to for a school management system, the strategy will also include our curriculum construction. How curriculum will be constructed, this is an important matter. The strategy about constructing curriculum is very much important, because curriculum is the way, curriculum is the race course through which we can achieve the quality education. So there are different stages, age group we will get in our, according to our new education policy. So according to the suggestion of that policy, how we will construct a curriculum, how we will reach the pedagogical approach, this is very important. Accordingly, we have to make the strategy. Because in the different age group, different subjects from play group to class 12, there are different subjects are prescribed, and accordingly, with a lot of flexibility, lot of approaches, by following lot of approaches, we have to make our strategy in the school management system. Then another important consideration that has been suggested by New Education Policy 2020, it is digital education drive. Digital education drive, already as a teacher we have experience in our pandemic situation how education is forced to become online. Because in the pandemic situation, in the COVID-19 period, from pre-primary stage up to the higher educational stage, all teachers, all students are forced to become online, and with the help of different online platforms, the continuation of the education system was possible. As a teacher, we have already the experience. But according to new education policy, in the school education system, the digital education drive, it should be mandatory. And NEP lays emphasis on integration of digital technology with the education for all level. So every school, the government also is very responsible, because every school, for every infrastructure, of a school, digital infrastructure will be there, digital content we will need, then capacity building, every matrix will be included while digital education drive will be implemented. We have already discussed, we have already mentioned that the school management system is very much responsible for utilizing resources, human resources, curriculum resources, and the material resources. So this is while considering the resources on the part of the school management system. Now digital education drive, because digitally well fitted classroom we will need, digital content we will need, accordingly all the teacher have to be fitted with the digital technology. They should be very efficient about using all those technology, all those preparing those technological content. So if we want a quality education, then while managing the system from the very beginning, we should be concerned about that. Because without the efficiency on the part of the teacher about using the online platform, about using the different online medias and digital technology in the field of education, we cannot get the output, we cannot able to get the quality education, we cannot able to get that digital education drive. So while management system preparing the strategy for a successful school education system, they should concern about this particular fact that is going to be implemented or it is suggested by the new education policy. So another important consideration about school management system, that is integration of essential subjects, skills and capacities. This is very important because certain subjects, skills and capacities should be learned by all the students to become good, successful, innovative, adaptable and productive member of the society. Because the aim of education is not only confined to the intellectual development. It is also included, it is also considered the holistic development of the human individual. Physical development, emotional development, social development, every kind of development should be possible by the education system. So, a new education policy 2020 has emphasized some certain subjects which gives certain skills, capacities to the students, so that they can become the productive human being. And it is also recognized that mathematical thinking will be a very important for India's future and India's leadership role in the numerous upcoming fields and professions that will involve artificial intelligence, machine learning and data science, etc. Thus, mathematics and computational thinking is given increased emphasis throughout the school year, starting with the foundational stage through a variety of innovative methods. So, while implementing the different mathematical or computational subjects in the school education, then teacher appointment is also necessary. Accordingly, the classroom, the learning material should be available in the classroom environment for every age group. Therefore, utilizing those local resources, the school management system have to be aware and they should prepare strategy for useful utilization of the material resources, human resources, curricular resources, etc. Another important consideration is knowledge of India and multilingualism. So NEP 2020 aims to steer the Indian schooling system towards a culturally enriching and nationally integrating one by making use of ancient and modern Indian literature, film and music. If nothing, it wants Indian students to understand the fact that being educated in Indian language will not reduce their capabilities or chances of employment. It would only widen their awareness, cultural sensitivity. So, among the many fundamental principles listed the NEP 2020, it advocates for the promotion of multilingualism and highlights the power of language in teaching and learning. In consonance with the principle, the policy has laid out multiple recommendations, and it has emphasized that proposals are only broad directions and none of it would be mandatory owing to the cultural diversity across and within states and the linguistic diversity within each classroom. So, to develop our culture, to develop our language, to develop our heritage, National Education Policy has its suggestions. Therefore, we as a educated person, educated member of the society, we as a teacher of any kind of education and institution, we as an administrator of a particular education and institution, we have the responsibility. So, from the very beginning of our school education, the school management has its responsibility to make the environment, to provide the environment accordingly. Therefore, it will be the important consideration of the school management system while preparing their strategy about achieving a quality school education system. And one another important consideration of the present or upcoming school management system is teacher empowerment, because new education policy has designed a new age roadmap for teacher empowerment. Yes, school management, human resources, non-human resources, administration, curricular resources, everything is important for a successful education system. If we see the school education system, NEP 2020 has suggested different luxurious aims, objectives, different possibilities for quality education. Building a new India, it's a higher level of aims and objectives, and with these higher level of aims and objectives, National Education Policy 2020 has emerged. But in the practical field, we as a teacher have the responsibilities. The National Education Policy recognizes and identifies teachers and faculty as the heart of the learning process, because now education system is not teacher centered. Education system has emerged as a child centric education system. Child is the center point where the other aspects of the education will go around. Curriculum, school environment, teachers appointment, everything is based on students' need, students' psychology. So, NEP 2020 acknowledges the reality of the teaching profession in India and proposes to completely overhaul it to create a robust merit-based structure of tenure, salary, promotion that incentivizes and recognizes outstanding teachers. Because teacher has the responsibility to bring the reality that the quality through which we can get the quality of education from the pre-primary teachers to the higher teachers of the higher educational institutions. The entire teacher society has their responsibility. No doubt, we will face many more challenges because the country like India, it's not easy. It's not easy for a teacher, not easy for a particular school to give 100% quality education. But we can try. As a teacher, we can try, we can contribute. If we can give our best, then obviously the entire school management system will able to achieve its ultimate goal. So, as a teacher, we are playing a very important role in this regard. And in this era of transformation, we are the responsible person to bring quality, to bring leadership, to bring a successful school management along with implementing competency-based learning environment. So let's have a look on video in this regard.
The future of education can't be found in a gadget or an app or a program or a product. It doesn't require a think tank full of pundits. No, the future of education can be found in your classroom. Your classroom is packed with creative potential. You have all the innovation you need right there in your room, and you have the power to make it happen. It's what happens when you experiment. It's what happens when you give your students voice and choice. It's what happens when you abandon the scripted curriculum and take your students off-road in their learning. It's what happens when you teach to your students rather than teaching to the test. It's what happens when you unleash the creative power of all of your students, when you make the bold decision to let them make things and design things and solve problems that they find relevant. Sometimes it's messy and even confusing. It often looks humble. But understand this, that every time your students get the chance to be authors or filmmakers or scientists or artists or engineers, you are planting the seeds for a future that you could never have imagined on your own. That's the power of innovative teachers. That is why the future of education is you.
So the shortcomings of education system vary from generation to generation. Some of the common complaints in the system are that degrees do not fetch you jobs. India's study pattern is more of rote learning and less of practical knowledge. Most of the study is irrelevant in real lives. The system is exam-centric and so on. So the new policy definitely makes clear the vision how the changes will be occurred in the different aspects of education. So accordingly, school education is the base. School education is the foundation stage for our future development of the individual. Therefore, considering all these aspects, if school management system will try by giving their best, definitely one day the vision, which is building a new India, will definitely be successful. So, as administrator, as a teacher, we have that responsibility in this particular area, in this particular era of transformation, because our school system is going to be changed drastically from our existing system. In this period, if our management system work effectively, work efficiently in their adopting principles and in adopting different strategies, definitely our future generation, our future school system will able to get a platform where all the individual child will get the opportunity to utilize their inner talent. And for achieving such luxurious aims and objectives, we need teamwork. We have to cooperate, we have to contribute, and definitely the unity among the members of a team will lead to the destination, and the destination is quality education. In this regard, let's have a look on a video.
Okay, come on, everyone, we're behind schedule. You know what's gotta be done. Move it, move it, move it. Hey, you there, pick up the pace. You're falling behind. 27, come on, let's go. Everyone, pull together. We've got us a rescue on our hands. You there. Here we go. Narito na. Eyo! Wimpo! Okay, pivotara. Pomelo?